Pennsylvania League of Angling Youth, Fall 2018, Fish for Dinner. Produced by the Bureau of Outreach, Education and Marketing. Written by Andy Desco. Editor, Spring Gearhart. Design and illustrations, Andrea Feeney. And PFBC Archives. Photos, Andy Desco, PFBC Archives, and Raymond and Jennifer Frederick. Read by Walt Dietz. Fish for dinner. So you want to take home some wild-caught fish for dinner, but where do you begin? This play issue will address the regulations for keeping fish, how to clean fish, and ideas for cooking fish for dinner. Why eat fish? Fish are nutritious and low in fat and high in protein. Fish provide valuable vitamins and minerals. The omega-3 fatty acids in fish are also good for your heart. Let's start with some vocabulary. Watch for these words. Fish consumption advisory. Recommendation to limit or avoid eating certain fish species due to chemical contamination. Live well. A tank on fishing boats used to keep fish alive. Dorsal fin. Fin on a fish's back. Parasites. Organisms that live in or on a host and benefit at the host's expense. A stringer. A line of rope or chain which can be strung for transport. Care of the catch, getting fish home. If you are planning on taking your catch home, make sure you have the correct tools, a game plan, and knowledge of the regulations. The Pennsylvania Fishing Summary outlines the regulations on seasons, sizes, and creel limits, so you can make sure it is legal to keep your catch. The summary book is available online at www.fishinpa.com. Equipment to keep and transport your fish. Pliers and forceps for removing hooks. Measuring tape to measure fish for legal length. A stringer, fish basket, or live well to store your fish. A cooler, bucket with ice to keep fish chilled for the ride home. You should know about the fish consumption advisory. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration recommends cooking fish to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, which will kill any parasites that may be present. Visit the fish consumption advisory pages in the Pennsylvania Fishing Summary. It includes fish consumption recommendations for different waterways due to contaminants that can be present in fish, such as PCB, organic compounds, or mercury. This information will help you make decisions on eating fish from certain waterways. The summary book also provides tips on cleaning and cooking fish, which can limit exposure to contaminants. General advice is to eat no more than one meal or a 1/2 pound per week of fish caught from Pennsylvania's waterways. Care of the catch, dressing a fish. It is best to clean your fish at home with your parents' help. You will need a supply of fresh running water. Equipment includes a pocket knife, disposable gloves, a bag to dispose of your entrails, and sink for running water. Please know this fishing regulation. Field dressing and disposal of fish. It is unlawful to remove fish entrails while on shore or discard fish parts into waterways. Here are the steps to dress a fish. Cut the fish's belly from the vent to the throat. Remove the entrails and gills. Optional, the head can be removed and the fins trimmed. Rinse the fish with cool water as you clean. Keep the fish cold to avoid spoilage. Also optional, you may scale the fish that have hard scales. Run a spoon or scaling tool from tail to head to scrape off scales on both sides of the fish. Again, the steps are scale, cut the belly, remove the head if you wish, and rinse with cold water. Care of the catch, filleting. The equipment needed includes fillet knife, sharpening stone, cutting board. Here are the steps to fillet a fish. With an adult helper, lay a fish on its side on a cutting board. Press down firmly on the fish with one hand and cut down the backbone along the dorsal fin from head to tail with a sharp fillet knife. Starting from the top of the fish, cut with the knife parallel to the fish, running the knife along the ribs to avoid bones in the fillet. Optional, cutting boards with a spring-loaded tail clip will help hold the fish in place. The steps again are fillet, remove the skin, and rinse with cold water. A fish recipe for bluegill fillets. Bluegill fillets. Ingredients include 1 pound of bluegill fillets, salt, black pepper, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of milk, ½ cup all-purpose flour, and vegetable oil. Sprinkle bluegill fillets with salt and black pepper. Beat egg and mix in a bowl. Measure flour into a second bowl. Dip both sides of the fish fillets into egg wash, then coat with flour. Heat oil, about 1/8 of an inch, in a 10-inch skillet over medium heat for about 2 minutes. Fry fish in oil for 6 to 10 minutes, turning once until fish is white and flakes easily with a fork. Cook until brown on both sides. Drain on paper towels. A review: dip both sides of the fish fillets into the egg wash, then coat with flour. Fry fish in oil for 6 to 10 minutes and cook until brown on both sides. Fish recipe: whole trout. Whole trout. Ingredients: 2 teaspoons olive oil or to your taste, 2 whole trout dressed, 1/4 teaspoon of dried dill, 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme, salt, and black pepper, 1/2 a large onion sliced, 2 thin lemon slices, and 2 tablespoons of hot water. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease a 9 by 13 inch baking dish with 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Place trout in the prepared baking dish. Coat the trout with olive oil. Season the inside and outside of the fish with dill, thyme, and salt. Stuff the fish with onion and lemon slices. Sprinkle black pepper over the top of the fish. Bake the fish in the preheated oven for 10 minutes. Add water to the dish. Continue baking until the fish flakes easily with a fork, about 10 minutes more. Fish dinner word search. The word list includes fillet, baked, lemon, flour, oil, bake, trout, panfish, and bluegill. A hint: some words may appear backwards.